Hey y'all, I am back with the Project Life process, and this is for my 2015 album for week 7. So I am moving along. Hopefully, I'll get done pretty soon because if you guys heard me in one of my last Project Life videos, I had mentioned that I cannot buy any papers or embellishments or things like that until I finish this album, and this album will be done in December. So I do have like one gift card that I'm going to use, and I'm going to use it for whatever I want. But as far as like spending my own money, I'm not going to do any of that on this type of like crafting stuff. Tools and stuff is like a little bit different if there's something that I really want, but as far as like the embellishments and papers, I'm not going to purchase anything until this album is done because I have plenty of stuff to complete this album and to complete every album of my life, but that's beside the point. Okay, so I'm using the Hello Love collection and I do not have any of the embellishments because I kind of went on my little spending freeze when this around the time that this collection was like growing popularity. So I'm just using stuff from my stash and I've pulled that prior to starting this video. The vellum pocket in the top left hand corner is from the Target dollar spot as well as that little pinwheel thing that I took apart. It said February 14th on it, so I'm just going to replace the middle with some other sort of embellishment. And then this frame is a Heidi Swapp frame from Michaels. And I just thought it'd be fun to kind of back that frame with the vellum pocket and then to put my week 7. And I'm using those Alex thickers from Amy Tangerine that came out a while back. For that particular pocket. This is a very simple spread. The entire thing is very simple, and I got this done pretty quickly. I got this side and the other side done, and then I'm also in this video including my 8.5 by 11 spread that I loved. I loved the way that it turned out. So you guys will get to see that too. So I'm just kind of using up some of my products, like I said, and some of this stuff are the homemade embellishments that I created, and I'll point those out as we go. The top photo is when we took her shopping with us. This is one of the first times we took her shopping, and then this photo that I'm working on right now is a picture of she and her daddy, and then that little half circle scallop or half circle embellishment that I put on that same photo was a homemade embellishment from one of my videos the other day. So these photos aren't actually mine; they're from Pinterest. These really tasty looking. I think they're like brownie cookies and some sort of like peanut butter or something. Anyway, I was like really into baking when I was off with her, and I don't know what it was. I think I was baking something like every few days, and or that's what it seemed like. And so I just thought it'd be fun to document how I was always like looking at different like recipes, and I don't know that I even made either one of those, but I printed them off because I had screenshotted them and sent them to my friend because she and I both have like this love for desserts, and so I screenshotted them and I thought it'd be fun to document how interested I was in baking at the time. Um, Two of the cards will not have a photo. That bottom right hand card, so I'm including little pre-type. Well, I've already typed some labels and I'm including those on these cards. And two of the cards will not have photos, and the bottom two will. And that's just a Pinterest meme. And I was obsessed with Pinterest like while I was off too. So I kind of got a lot of whenever the baby would sleep and stuff. I got some when I wasn't sleeping. I would get some time in looking at like different recipes and YouTube videos, and then also Pinterest. So and then I had to go ahead and cut another card for that top right because I just didn't have one prepared like I did the other ones. Here's one of those little banners are also one of my homemade embellishments, and same thing with that little cluster of flower on the second card. That cluster flower with the ticket thing. No, that's not a very technical term, but you guys you guys are catching where I'm going. And then I know that I put gold in this layout, but I did want to use some of those. I don't think they're thickers, but I got them from Butterfly Reflections Ink, and I cannot remember the brand, but they're really cute. They're a lot like those Maggie Holmes or crepe paper glitter thickers. So here's my 8.5 by 11 spread, and I forgot to mention that on the other spread, those cards are like, I think I got them from Hobby Lobby, and I think I mentioned that, but I don't think I mentioned the size. They're roughly like 4.25 by 5.5. I did have to cut them like 5.5 by a little bit less than 4.25, but they're pretty easy. That was a very simple layout to do. So I think I'll probably do more of those in the future when I have those like weeks where I don't have a ton of photos. So here's my 8.5 by 11. I wanted this layout to have its these pictures to have its own special layout just because I love the way these turned out. And these were sneak peeks of the pictures that our photographer took of Ava, and she had sent these to us like a week after she took them. And I love the way that these turned out, and so I thought I would. And I've scrapbooked a lot of these, but I wanted to document that we had gotten the sneak peeks that week, and I wanted to give the sneak peeks their own little special page. So here's an example of me using, like, cutting out my own embellishments, and then that I love you piece I cut out, and then the tag I cut out as well. And I just used my hole punch to make it look more like a real tag. But those are all cut apart from this particular paper pad that I'm using. Same with this punch. That's a paper from the paper pad. And then I used like the little paper clip above the picture that says it's like a cork heart with love. That is a homemade embellishment on one of my videos. And then here I'm just pulling from my little doily collection. I didn't know what color, but I really loved the way the white looked. It just kind of gave it like more of a fresh look, and so I added that right underneath the photos and the paper, and then or in the corner, and then I'm adding some little pieces from the Kiss Kiss collection, which I know that's pretty old, but I just opened that. Here are those glitter letter stickers or word sticker phrase, whatever stickers that I was talking about earlier, and I seriously don't remember who makes these. I know they're not thickers. I cannot remember who makes those. I don't think they're thickers. They could be. But anyway, so those I got from Butterfly Reflections Inc. And then I'm just using my square punch. I did this in the last video, and so when you use your square punch on this particular, like I think this is a 1-inch square punch maybe, and when you use it on that pattern paper, you can really make them look like they're little paint samples. And I mean, they are paint samples, but you can make them look, like you don't have to cut them apart with your scissors. You can just use your square punch, and it makes them look a lot more like realistic or whatever. So I don't know how realistic they look, but you guys know what I'm saying. So here's the letter that I wrote to my daughter, and I just wanted to keep this page very simple, and I wanted to add, I didn't have a photo for the backside, so I thought it'd be nice to write a letter, and then also, and I've been wanting to do that anyway, and then I'll put here and there, put little journaling, spots where I write to her, but I thought it'd be fun to include a letter here and to kind of talk about our week, and then to also just talk about some other things. So I'll include some final photos and you guys can see all of that. But I hope you guys enjoy this really quick process. Let me know if you guys have any questions.